Environmental campaigners in the UK say they'll keep fighting to stop mud from a nuclear facility being dumped into the sea. Waste from the Hinkley Point plant is being dredged and released into the Bristol Channel. But as Nadim Barber reports, a legal challenge is underway.
Not far from the Welsh coast, environmental activists keep a close eye on a huge Belgian-registered ship.
So we make it 164 feet outside the dumping area.
It's come from a nuclear plant that's being built on the coast of Somerset in England. And campaigners say the mud it's dumping at sea could contain dangerous radioactive materials. They also say it's dropping its load outside a designated dumping area, which lies less than 2 kilometres offshore. The campaigners' legal battle in the courts is still going on, but they've failed to get an injunction imposed. And that means that ships like this can carry on dredging and dumping off the Welsh coast on an almost daily basis. French energy giant EDF, along with a Chinese partner, is building a nuclear power plant known as Hinkley Point C next to 2 existing facilities. The new plant should begin generating electricity in 2025. And the company says the dredging will allow 6 huge vertical shafts to be drilled for the cooling water system. An EDF spokesperson told Al Jazeera all the permissions needed for dredging near Hinkley Point C are in place, and the mud is no different to sediment found anywhere else up and down the coast. The Hinkley Point C project team welcomes public discussion and has been open and transparent about the facts around this activity. But this independent member of the Welsh Assembly argues that it's not clear a thorough environmental impact assessment was ever done.
They've only done one kind of testing, and to identify the uranium and the plutonium particles, which may or may not be in the mud, they needed to do 3 types of testing. The alpha, the mass spectrometry, they only did gamma. So therefore, they just don't know. And in that building over there, there's a huge amount of ignorance. And as I said, they've allowed this country to be treated like a colony.
The Welsh Government says international standards have been met. But in recent weeks, hundreds of people have demonstrated outside the Assembly, while 100,000 signed petitions calling for the mud dumping to stop.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. There is no argument against that, and therefore the precautionary principle should dictate a rethink. And the Welsh Government, in this case, have let the people down. They've taken the Welsh people for granted.
The people behind the protests say they have the law and increasingly public opinion on their side. Their legal challenge is set to resume next week. Nadim Barber, Al Jazeera, Cardiff.